everyone! I am Tacet, and welcome to the Gems of War World Lore event, Week 2, Day 4. So, today, we are going to be, we actually are finally done with the World Lore event. I might mess with it with a battle or two, but there is one other main goal that we have, because obviously we got this last reward, and like many other game modes, beyond the last reward, unless you're going for leaderboard, there's not much a point in going much further. And of course, we'd get a green orb. How big of a fail is that? And unfortunately, the token is not enough for us to get a whole nother medal. Not like we would even need it. However, they do get converted to seasons. So of course, just like the other World Lore event, even though this is a different medal as far as for the event itself, it does still get converted to seasons by the end of the event. So now we no longer need this, and they'll all be converted into these by the end of the event. So however many you have of this will be converted to that later. So if we go and click on the thing real quick, that means we're going to have one more full medal of seasons, 2 more badges of seasons, and 1 token of seasons by the end of this event. So that would make it so we have a total of 4 seasons into 2 badges and 1 token. Because I believe I had exactly enough for 3 last time, if I'm not mistaken, as far as seasons are concerned. But yeah, it's all good to be converted into seasons. So all those numbers will just apply there. The 1 will apply there, the 2 will apply there, the 1 will apply there of the spare badges that we have from the other one. So yeah, we'll just have a total of 4 to 1. Yeah, whatever we have will just be added to it, essentially, by the end of this event. Anyways, let's switch back to, what are we running right now that we're actually going to need? Switch back to that. We're going to be running a lot of armor things, since we're going to be going and getting this knight level. It's probably one of the main things that we end up doing real quick. So we have some basic dailies, nothing really too special here, but they're great for EXP. Pretty bad ones, actually, like some of the worst, but oh well, they still die quick, so that's the main thing we're looking for, because that means we can power level the knight. This is all we need to get knight to max, and it's something we've been poking at for a while. Knight hero class, still a very, very bad hero class. That hasn't changed. The main reason I'm actually getting it up is, but yeah, we need, what is that? We need 72 more EXP. But the main reason we're getting it up is more so because of this. Sword's Edge is currently at the star level of 18, if we go click on this. So power level 18, as you can see. That means if it was to get 2 troops, it would be able to reach 100. I mean, 100. It would be able to reach 20. And for getting to 20, it needs level 100 hero class. Every level 20 requires level 100 in the hero class of the kingdom. So in case this just randomly gets 2 troops within the next several months, I want to make sure we already have it upgraded. Because, yeah, once it does, we're going to need to get it upgraded. And might as well already have it done. Might as well get it done ahead of time. So any of them that are starting to get a really high star that you don't already have to 100, you might want to consider getting it to 100. Pretty much any kingdom that is currently like 17 or 18 star, particularly 18 stars right now, like things like Forest of Thorns, Sword's Edge, all of them are like the main priority that you'd probably want to make sure are completely maxed. I think there's 4 of them right now. It's Sword's Edge, it's Sword's Edge, Forest of Thorns. Let's see, Sword's Edge, Forest of Thorns. Is there not another one? I thought there was at least one more. Sword's Edge, Forest of Thorns, Drifting Sands, and Darkstone. Those 4 hero classes. So those are Plague Lord hero class. It's not Dervish. That's gosh, what is Drifting Sands hero class called again? Or is it Dervish? I thought Dervish was the Illness Empire. Hold up, what was Drifting Sands one called? I always confuse those two with each other. But we got Plague Lord, we got Knight, we got Archer, and the other one is, well, I cannot remember what Drifting Sands thing is called. War Priest was Leona's High. Oh, it is Dervish. Okay. I was right the first time. I always confused the two. But yeah, it is Dervish. And Dervish. But those hero classes, you want to make sure to focus. Dervish, Plague Lord, Archer, and Knight. If you don't already have all those to level 100, you might want to consider it, even though half of those are pretty useless. And the main reason for that is, oh, I shouldn't say half of them. Really, the only one that's useless there is probably the Dervish. But, and the Knight, actually. So yeah, half of them are useless. Dervish and Knight are useless, and Knight and Plague Lord are good. But, so I was right, yeah. Half of them are useless. But, yeah, you want to consider getting those to 100, because if any of them was to get 2 troops, they will become a level 20 kingdom. And while we don't have confirmation of any of them becoming, getting 2 troops anytime soon, we do have an update, and that update might shed light on us getting 2 troops in one of them in the near future. And once they do, boom, level 20. So you do want to be prepared ahead of time, just so you don't have to go out of your way for it. Anyways, let's go and clear these out. As I mentioned, we have 72 more XP we need to get, which shouldn't take too long, since we got a lot of dailies that we can put towards it. Hopefully we'll get around to Pet Battle 2, which will help speed it along. It's slightly slower than running PvP, but slightly quicker than running Explorer when you get 2 XP per Pet Battle. The earlier battles are just as quick, but then they get slower when they get to later runs. Also, hello everyone! Hope all of you have been doing well today. Let me go through the list. Still haven't yet. Hello, Bill Warhammer! Hello, Ziplaman! Hello, Army X-Tube! Hello, Drock Savage! Hello, Original! Hello, Dinosuit Girl! Hello, Jellybean! Hello, Bill! Hello, Birdleaf! Hello, Analyst! Let's see. Yeah, no daily event today. So you're just doing challenges? Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. You're just farming gold off of challenges. I'm just farming XP off of challenges. Let's see. Hello, Dan! Let's see. I do stream at 8. We started a little bit later today. I was taking a nap. I was taking a nap after the other stream and just overslept a little bit. Like, as soon as I finished eating, I was like, okay, nap time. And apparently the food knocked me out because I just slept slightly too long. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Steve. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Sippleman. Hello, Kalthos. Hello, Osman. Hello, Vangor. And hello, Curtis. And hello, Sausage. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Gotta get those power naps prior to starting the stream. So do keep in mind, tomorrow's morning stream will be an afternoon stream. We will be starting at noon. And when we do end up starting at noon, prior to that, we should be able to get a video going over the new hero class. I will be power leveling it in the morning, off stream, obviously. And in doing so, we will be preparing it for the video. So we can go show it at level 70 to go do it at for showing it off. So we'll show some teams with it. I personally don't feel like it's going to be that good. The new hero class, the last hero class being added. But it's the last hero class being added, so I do want to power level it to get it up. Since it is a little bit more relevant just due to the fact that it's the last hero class. Or likely to be last hero class. Of course, they could end up adding another. You never know. You never know. Thank you for that, Bill. Yeah, we need word of mouth spreading. It ends up helping quite a bit. We have been making less since coronavirus, and it definitely helps. All of you guys' continued support. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. What do we grab here? I'll take that for now. Why don't you add Primal Vault Heroes then? For... Oh, you mean to the hero classes? They were considering at one point to eventually add kingdoms for them, but they never did. They never added kingdoms for all the other side stuff, like Apocalypse, like Primal, like Vault. It's not an impossibility that we would. However, I don't believe it's currently within their plans to do so. But it's not impossible. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. 4.9 is probably not addressing it. Actually, speaking of 4.9, this Monday we'll know what's in 4.9. 4.9, Salty is doing the preview stream for 4.9. So yeah, we'll know then on Monday. I don't even know what's in it because they didn't do a beta for this one. So expect a lot more bugs than normal. And all the old bugs that they didn't bother fixing. Like normal. Oh yeah, what do we go for here? I'm just going to use the same thing. Might be slightly slower, but I need the XP towards the night. Anything that gets us night XP. The first battle I don't think is actually too much slower than what a normal battle would be. It's just every subsequent battle is slower. Because first battle still dies in one shot. The other ones, not so much, unless we get more armor to the future. But we would need a lot of armor. Like, I think this one's going to survive with, like, 15 durability or something. Though the skull poke we did does bring it to kill range. It's just a chance that you get to skull poke isn't guaranteed. Of course, they would try proving me wrong. You want a skull poke here, though. It won't destroy the final battle in one shot. But yeah, I was able to get that one in one shot just because of the skull poke. Brought it to kill range, which was helpful. But it's not going to be able to do the same here. Luckily, we were able to get a second cast very quickly. Very, very quickly. Wow. That almost made it seem like it was just normal battles. Oh, there we go. It doesn't always work that good, but it did today, apparently. I just demolished through dungeons. And, of course, I like farming in Zacian. You don't have to do it in Zacian. I know I just always do it here just because it's out of habit. One of the main reasons I actually do it here is because of Greenstorm. If you ever wonder, like, why do I always do it in Zacian? There's actually a really specific reason as to why. For one, it doesn't have any of the annoying mechanics, even though it has a lot of extra turns. They generally don't get the capability to use it. But the main reason I actually do it is, well, for one, it doesn't have any of the triple 3 that are annoying. Spell reduction, 25% revive, and empower. It has neither of those 3 mechanics. But this green storm on this final troop here is actually the main reason why we run this team. It is obviously very green oriented, and being able to have a better extra chance and gain more green if we didn't already gain max is very helpful. So that's why we have that set up. Also, thank you a ton. Who was that? Thank you a ton, Curtis Gilmore, for supporting the channel. It's greatly appreciated. That for sure reminds me, we still need to add another emoji thing. I didn't bother making one or finding one that we could end up using. We'll need to do that. Some people were saying we need an elephant for Elephie. Not sure if we'll do something else for Elephie. I'm just not sure what we would do if we were to do something like that. What we would put for the image. Because I don't have any like elephant images made up or anything that we could actually put there. Let's see. I'll go for that. Great to see you as always. If anyone has any questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. As mostly stream will probably be power leveling to level 100 knights, which we're pretty close to. I think at this point we need 60 more XP or so. And after that, probably mess with maybe the World Lore event a little bit. Test some other teams. Obviously, we're already done with the World Lore event, but I still kind of wanted to mess with a few other teams that people have been mentioning throughout the week that we haven't really been doing too much. For example, the hero weapon. A lot of people have been mentioning, which I haven't really been messing with. I also haven't really been doing much with the double converting weapon. The one that creates 2 of a certain color. That one. The one that you can end up getting from Soulforge as well this week. Haven't been messing with that build, even though I did mention it for a video. And I did test it for the video, but I haven't actually really done it much for the stream. So I do kind of want to test it now that we're at a slightly higher range. Because any of the testing that I did do on it was very, very low. It's pretty much just in PvP, actually. But because I did even start the event up when I was testing it, even though it would obviously work for the event. But it was just against PvP. And like mid-range PvP at that. Obviously not the 3 trophy battles. Because those are like auto-def when you're not like hard countering some of them. Like the really meta things. Also, stream seems to be a little bit laggier tonight. Really unfortunate. It's been doing that a lot more lately. I'm not sure if it's necessarily my connection's fault. It seems to be on YouTube's end. I know it's the same thing has been happening with Twitch a lot as well lately. It hasn't actually crashed yet, my stream, though. It's done like little mini crashes, but it hasn't gone all the way down, luckily. You're sitting at a parking lot and work. You work for Ups, and a FedEx truck just drove in. Ha 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 ha. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, we don't have a drop for that, do we? Oh, yes, we do. I wanted to drop into blue, which actually landed it as well. It's 1 in 7 chance, but hey, it's worth it. Actually, it's even less than 1 in 7 chance. If there's a storm in play, I'm pretty sure it's less than 1 in 7. I'm not sure the exact ratio. But if there's a storm in play that is a different color than the one that you're trying to drop into a location, the chance is actually less than 1 in 7 that you would end up getting the correct gem there. Obviously, it'd be more if it's the one that's for the color that you're actually looking for, obviously. So if it's like a blue storm and you need a blue there, obviously the chance would be higher. But otherwise, it would actually be lower. So do be mindful of that. Also, what did we get for that glory now? I'm going to go double check real quick. What did we get? I kind of mashed through the button. Also, I can't even see it because the quality on my playback is so bad. Let me do it on HD. Ah, it was 500 glory. Nice. We got 500 glory from the previous gnome. Can I preview next Mythic? Sure, I can go over next Mythic next month. I don't see why not. We can't see too far ahead, but I believe we can see up to next Mythic. I haven't actually looked at it yet, I don't believe. Or if I did, I forgot what it was. I generally don't because they tend to change them quite a bit more so recently than ever. Like before they get released. But I'll still go over it. Might as well. We could even briefly go over the hero class that's coming out tomorrow. I'm pretty sure quite a few of you already know. It's a pretty Deathmark related hero class. We can go over the specifics a bit more. And obviously tomorrow we'll be going over super in-depth in the morning. Have a video out on it, have it at level 70, testing it a little bit. I personally feel like it's not going to be worth using or worth leveling. I will be just because it's the last hero class ever being added. So might as well cover it in depth. But Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't have high hopes for it, but maybe it will surprise me. It does have a lot of def mark, like more so than any hero class. So that factor might make it worth it, but probably not. Next mythic is meh. Aww. I hate when they add bad mythics, because they're so hard to get, and then you're getting this thing that you're never even going to use anyways. So yeah, you're just getting for completionist purposes. Like, I understand they don't want mythics to be so good that you feel like you have to just use a team of mythics, which in some cases you actually do, but, you know. They try not to do that, but in doing so, they make quite a few mythics that come out so bad that they just are never usable. There are, like, commons that are better than some mythics. Like Thrall. Thrall's mana accumulation is actually better than most mythics' mana accumulations. Actually, is there a single mythic with better mana accumulation than Thrall? I don't think so. Unless you count Possessed King's extra turn potential. But aside from that, I don't think anything has better... No mythic has better mana accumulation than Thrall, pretty much. Which is kind of funny. And they're actually both from Darkstone, too. Go figure. Because Possessed King's actually from Darkstone as well. It's actually one of the reasons why you would normally want to get Possessed King. Not only is he a decent mana generator, you wouldn't get him as first priority. But one of the reasons why you would eventually want to get him as like your 10th, 12th, somewhere around there mythic is mostly because he also counts for a permanent +1 magic bonus if you can get 10-star Darkstone. And is required to own a mythic for 10-star Darkstone. And if you're going to own a mythic, you might as well own Possessed King rather than Mother of Darkness. Mother of Darkness is super situational. However, Possessed King you tend to use in quite a few teams as a utility troop. When trying for the new mythic, and if you are out of keys, are using gems on VIP chests the best value? Yes. If you're looking for highest chance with lowest amount of gems spent, trying to get a mythic, VIP keys and 50 bulks has the highest chance relative to gem cost of giving you a mythic of any gem cost in the game. It technically has double the rate of that of gem keys relative to the exact same amount of gems spent. If you spent 2,250 gems on gem keys and 2,250 gems on VIP keys, you would have roughly double the chance off of VIP keys compared to gem keys. Gem keys do overall have a better drop table due to the wide range, especially if you don't already have every Ultra Rare Plus fully maxed to Mythic. However, if you're looking at the sheer percent chance of getting a Mythic relative to gem spent, VIP keys are about double the value. It's not necessarily always needed, though, because you would have to have at minimum every Ultra Rare in the game maxed before you really get to see the full fruition of its better value. However, if you're at the point where you can afford buying 50 bulks of 2,250 gems to get the 50 VIP keys, you're probably at a point where you almost have every Ultra Rare maxed anyways. If you're at that point. But yes, theoretically, yes. That's one of the few things that VIP keys are still good for. It's only for a very niche portion of the game, though, because it requires you to both not have everything while also having a lot of gems, which quite a few people are in that situation, I think. I'm not sure how many number that would be. But because if once you have more than half the mythics in the game, opening for random mythics generally isn't worth it anymore. Like if you're just going to open like a bunch of gem keys or a bunch of VIP keys just to get some random mythics, you tend to only want to go, at that point, once you have a little bit more than half the mythics, you basically want to stop ever going for random ones and just only ever go for new mythics. Because at that point, you want to more so gain the new mythics, even if they're useless, just because you want to gain things that you 100% know are new. Because nothing is more useless than getting a troop, another copy of a mythic that doesn't need another copy of, because that doesn't serve any purpose at all, compared to getting at least a new mythic, but a useless new mythic. A useless new mythic is a lot more useful than another copy of a mythic you don't need more copies of. So once you have a little bit more than half the mythics in the game, you do want to consider never opening basically gem keys or VIP keys unless it is specifically a exclusive mythic week. So one of the reasons why you always see me hoarding all my gem keys and glory keys and stuff like that, that applies to glory keys as well, is mostly because you later in the game you tend to only ever open them for new mythics, because opening them at any other time is extremely bad value if you already have everything else. And then, of course, you just focus diamonds for whichever specific ones you also want throughout that. Do we not get maxed out troops from VIP keys? No. The troops do not come maxed. They come out the same way that everywhere else would come out. They just come out as whatever card. You know, just come out as a card drop. If you get an epic, they come out as normal epics, legends, normal legend, mythic, normal mythic. They don't come traded. They don't come anything. They just come out as normal cards. It's just the rarity chance on them is a lot higher. That's like the main difference with how VIP keys work, is that they just come in a lot higher rarity. The rarity chances are substantially higher in VIP keys compared to anywhere else. However, they cost a lot to open each VIP key. They're 50 each, and if you buy them in bulk, I believe that goes down to 45, was it? I actually forget what the bulk buy comes out to, but it's around 40 something. Let's see, on gem keys, yeah, I believe it's 45. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure it's 45 when you buy them in bulk per vault key. Why does that sound wrong? Actually, I forget now. Let's see, what's 2,250 divided by 50? Calculator, go. That'll tell you how much it is. 2,250 divided by 50. 45. Okay, I thought so. I was just double checking. But yeah, they are 45 gems each when you buy them in bulk. Just double checking. Yeah, they're 45 each in bulk. VIP keys, that is. In 50 bulks. And if you don't buy them in 50 bulks, they're as much as 50 gems each. What was your first mythic? Oh, Wolf Garrick. Oh, yeah, Wolf Garrick is pretty adorable. I still remember my first legend because I got like 2 of them back to back. I ended up getting Shadow Dragon back to back, which became like my favorite legend for some time. And at the time, he was actually not that bad, because it was earlier in the game when stats were a bit lower, so poison was actually like not horrible, like it currently is right now. My first mythic was this ward though. My first mythic was just the first mythic that was added to the game, because I was playing before mythics ever came out into the game. Because the game didn't always have mythics. It came in, I believe, about 1.5 years or 2 years or so into the game's life cycle. And we're in almost 5.5 years into the game. I forget if High King Iron Gut came this cycle. I don't believe it has. I need to go double check the chart. But I don't think it has. Actually, we can check pretty quickly. Let's go bring in, what's it called? Let's see. Let's see. What am I looking for? Soulforge history is troops. Control find High King Iron Gut. Nope, he has not happened this cycle. It is possible that he could happen next week. He could happen next week, and he could probably happen in the next 4 weeks or so. But yes, he has not happened this cycle, so he can still happen this cycle. But that's the easiest way to do it. Go to terransworld.com, go underneath the Soulforge section, which is right over here, right there, for troops. And basically just control find the one that you're looking for. So how about Ferris Ra? Let's say Ferris Ra for anyone who might still be looking for that, for example. So Ferris Ra, we can see the last one was 14. Then you just scroll up, see if he appears again, and nope, he has not appeared in the most recent cycle of 15, which means Ferris Ra is also capable, which means we could get Possessed King and Ferris Ra in the same week, potentially. But how this works is it has to cycle through every single mythic before it can cycle through them again. So anything that you already see here mentioned, like let's say an Umanif, is not going to be able to happen because it already happened in this current cycle, which is cycle 15. Whatever the highest most number is the current cycle. So we're currently in cycle 15. So if you see the troop that you're looking for not in cycle 15 for this thing right now, since that's the most recent cycle, then we know that it can still happen any week now. So we don't know when exactly it's going to happen, but we do know that it can end up happening. So yeah, it'll happen soon, potentially. It has to go through every single mythic in the game, and it has not gone through Ferris Ra or Possessed King yet. So either of them could happen. They could both be available next week for all we know. Could be a little bit later than that, but they're definitely still within the cycle for this current cycle. How soon for Scorpius? I think Scorpius already happened this cycle, unfortunately. I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure he did. Let me double check. Scorpius did happen this cycle, so he could be months before we see him again, unfortunately. No official time, because it picks completely randomly from what's currently in cycle. So first we have to get to cycle 16, and then in cycle 16 it has to randomly hit Scorpius. So that could happen early in the cycle or late in the cycle, depending on luck. But Scorpius already happened this cycle, so expect it to be a couple months, most likely. Could be a little bit earlier. I forget exactly when the cycle ends. Obviously, has to go through every mythic once, and then it will cycle over again. But nope, Scorpius has to wait till the cycle ends before he even has a chance. Whereas things like Possess King and Fair Shrock can still happen this cycle, and will be very soon. Good chance one of those two would be available next week, but still possible neither is. Possess King wasn't in this cycle. Did I look at it wrong? I'm pretty sure it wasn't. If I could type correctly. Possess King... Oh, wait. My bad. Possess King did happen this cycle. My bad. I read that wrong. Fairish Ra isn't. Possess King is. My bad. Yeah, he is right there in cycle 15. How did I misread that? Gosh. But, yeah, Possess King is in cycle 15. My bad. So is Scorpius. So is a lot of good things. Fairish Ra hasn't, though. Yeah, you're right. Oh, I accidentally did Hiking Iron Gut instead of... My bad. Did I type in the wrong one? Apparently I did. Yeah, Hiking Iron Gut's still in this cycle, then. Possess King is not. My bad. They both have King. Confusing the kings. I was wondering why it wasn't highlighted earlier. I was like, wait, did it undo the highlight? No. Oh! Up, 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 up. I just mashed through it for power leveling. But we have done it. It has been done. Knight level 100 has been achieved. That's a good time to go give a code. But obviously we don't gain anything too good from this. This hero class is abysmal. It is arguably the worst hero class in the entire game. However, it still needs to be level 100 because it's required for level 20 kingdom. And it's currently a level 18 kingdom. So if it randomly gets 2 troops sometime in the near future, you need a level 100 knight. So you might want to start considering that if you haven't already. It's a rather useless hero class, arguably the worst in the entire game. But is required for 20-star Sword's Edge. So do be wary of that if you are anywhere near 18-star Sword's Edge. Because if you are at 18 and it gets another 2 troops, well, it will be 20-starable. But you would need level 100 knight to do so. Yeah, we're getting there. We are really close to maxing all the hero classes in the game. We still got Barbarian, so 1. Dervish, 2. Dabless, 3. What else do we still have? Oracle, 4. Oracle's actually a really weird one. Slayer, 5. And we're so close. Look at that. And War Priest, 6. We only have 6 hero classes. Technically 7 because we're going to have another one tomorrow. But we only have 6 hero classes currently to go max out. 7 as of tomorrow. But we're getting there. We're getting very close to max all hero classes. Obviously, quite a few people already have it already. I haven't been like grinding out a lot to try to get to that point, but I've always kind of been slowly pinching at it. But now that no more hero classes will be coming into the game for a little bit, and they're likely not to be expanding out hero classes necessarily immediately, we will have some time to go and max out all of them to 100 without really needing to worry about new ones coming in. Because the issue in the past is new ones would come in, and that would obviously slow down the rate at which we could get them all maxed, because by the time we get one maxed, another one would almost come right back into the game, since it was happening every month. But now that won't be happening anymore. We're not getting any in May, we're not getting any in June, and unless they're going to be doing some kind of update that will change things a little bit with hero classes, yeah, we could just power level them and get them up slowly and not really need to worry about that hero level anymore, and then have them all at 100. And once we have them all at 100, we can finally just use whatever team is best, or what hero class is best, with every single team. Something we haven't been able to do for ages. Obviously, we still do it in situations like PvP and such. But I mean for like literally every battle, we could just go, oh, okay, what's the best thing for this team? Rather than, oh, what will be the thing we need XP on today? Just to start getting us level up a little bit more. So that'll be pretty good. As far as what I want to level next, I honestly don't know. Obviously, tomorrow we're going to start leveling up gosh, I forget its name already. The new, the Cinemirage hero class. I keep forgetting its name already. But the hero class that's coming out tomorrow will be leveling up. However, as far as right now and after that hero class, I'm not sure which one I'm actually going to go for. Maybe Slayer? Slayer actually is the furthest away from 100 of any of these. All the other ones have a little bit higher level than that. I don't know, I guess we'll go Slayer next. Isn't Slayer like a weird version of Barbarian, kind of, but with Death Tree? It's basically Barbarian with Death Tree, essentially, kind of. It's a really weird troop. Firestorm I actually don't want. Let's gain extra glory, because we're going to be using it with something like a rolling team. Yeah, I guess this works. We get some free souls if nothing else. Yeah, I guess we'll just run Slayer then for now. Replace this out with Slayer, not that. Replace this out with Slayer. Let's see, class, Slayer, and let me go hand out the code before I forget, because I will forget. But there we go. Okay, so let's go grab our little thing right there. Did we not finish out all tasks yet? Was that a guild task? Come on, guild, you got this. Still got one task left. It's almost Friday. Who's slacking on gold right now? Someone has to be at 0. Oh no, actually no one's at 0. Oh wait. Aha! I found it. Well, are we missing a person, or do we just have 1 0? Okay, we just have 1 0. Because everyone's doing like a bare bones minimum right now, for the most part. Everyone's a little low in gold. Gotta get like a gold farming week in there. But everyone has to average, I believe, 1.5 million. So all the people only doing 1 million for the really bare bones minimum is making it go a little bit slower. And the fact that we're missing one person doing their gold. I guess I could contribute a little bit more, though. We're really low ourselves on gold because I haven't been gold farming as much. That's another thing we could focus on more once we finish out all the hero classes. I could focus on almost exclusively doing our SKF for farming to try to get better tokens. But anyways, let's go and head back to Explore. Before we do, though, code. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, Doomsayer is the name of the new hero class. Thank you for reminding me. Which reminds me, I was going to go poke at 2 things. Let me go do that. Well, let's do one thing at a time, because I want to go over the Mythic, because some people wanted to see the new Mythic thing. So I might as well briefly go over that real quick. Anyways, let me get the code first. It should be the one below this one, but let me just double check that this one has been used, just in case. Don't want to jip you guys on codes, especially since Salty might not be able to get access to making codes as easily as she had before. Though I need to remind her even more in advance than before, because yeah, it might be a little bit harder given the current conditions for her to make a code up for giving out on streams. But here, guys, go. Here's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com. It's the game code section. Enjoy, everyone. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu in the bottom left corner. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters starting with RB and all that, and gives the same reward as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold, which we'll claim right over here. And there we go. Same thing as always. Okay, next thing. Let's go over real quick the hero class, and then we'll mention the Mythic. So, hero class tomorrow. We, of course, are getting a new class. We'll be going over in-depth in a video in the morning, and then covering a stream around noon, going and messing with the hero class, doing the event, trying to get it leveled a little bit more, and, you know, just tearing through the event with a bunch of potion effects. But as far as tomorrow, Cinemirage is the last place that does not have a hero class. It was the last kingdom added to the game, and it's also the last kingdom that's getting a hero class, apparently. It's coming out tomorrow, obviously, April 17th, which is tomorrow. It's called Doomsayer, which I keep forgetting its name. It counts as a daemon, which is like the 3rd or 4th daemon we have for hero class. I think it's 3rd. Has a bonus of red mana as far as what it does additional damage for. Other than that, its weapon deals magic divided by 2, plus 1 damage to all enemies, and then converts yellows to Doom Skulls, which is kind of like a little mini Doom weapon if you don't have the other Doom weapons. So it's pretty much like that. It's a Mythic Purple. What kind of typing is it? It doesn't actually say if it's a Scythe or not. I assume it's a Scythe, because it says it's Sin's Harvest, so I assume that's a Scythe. As far as its trees, it has chaos, life, and death. This isn't necessarily... Ha! It has life and death. Ha 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 ha! Oh, that's funny. Well, I guess you could theoretically use life and death weapon with it too. That's really funny. I just realized that now. It has both life tree and death tree. I think it's the first hero class and only hero class to have life and death as trees, which is kind of funny because you can also use life and death weapon with it. It wouldn't be as good as Orb Weaver, I don't feel like. However, this hero class is already really death mark oriented, so to have even more death marks to go with your death mark, as long as you're not overly spamming, is probably a good idea. But yeah, it has Death Tree, which has Death Mark. It has Doom Spirit, which does a 25% chance to Death Mark every extra turn it does. And of course, you can use a Death Mark related weapon, like Life and Death, for example. So you got a lot of options for that. It also gets to do one single explosion at the start of battle, which can be pretty convenient. It's the only hero class that has the capability of doing that. Obviously, there are troops that can do that, but it's the only hero class that can. And overall, it's going to be a rather average hero class, I feel like, but it does have the most amount of Death Mark of any hero class, even Death Knight. Death Knight, you can get a quicker Death Mark, like a 4 times Death Mark, by just killing it out. However, if you're looking for longevity over a course of a battle, which is generally what Death Mark is better for, this thing will have a better longevity for its Death Marks. So it could have potential. I feel like it's going to be underwhelming. Even if it's not underwhelming, it's going to be an extremely luck-based hero class. This is going to be like an assassin level luck-based hero class, because the main thing that you're hoping for when you're using this hero class is that Death Marks randomly hit 10% over and over again, because that's basically the whole premise of this troop, or this hero class, is to just get lucky off a Death Mark. That's what this hero class is almost completely banking on with how its setup is. So that's going to make it relatively bad, just because obviously Death Mark is not the best of mechanics, and luck-based mechanics are also not the best of mechanics when you're looking for consistent wins. I don't know, we'll kind of have to see. It might be used as like a troll defend with like life and death and some other stuff. It's not going to be as tanky as like an Orb Weaver one because it doesn't have stealthy. But it's still going to be good enough and be interesting to see how it just pans out overall. Obviously, we'll need to test around with it a little bit and mess around to really see what it could do. But I overall feel like it's just going to be too underwhelming. But we'll have to just wait and see to see how it pans out. Anyways, other than that, let's see the new Mythic. I don't think I looked at it yet. I don't recall. Let's see. Go back to the other mode. Why does it go dark on us? Where is the new Mythic? So there's a new faction. I'm not going to go over that at the moment, though. Let's go over new Mythic. So, new Mythic. You guys can't see it. Hold up 1 second. Can you guys see that? Even if you can, it's so small. Let's see. Let's open this in a new tab. Let's see. So, new Mythic. We are getting the Zillopachi. Oh gosh, why words? Zillopachi? Zillopachili. Zillo Pacho? The Zillopach? Zill. Z. Mr. Z. Mr. Z. Mr. Z is a mythic from Suncrest and is a Strix Undead. Mr. Z deals magic plus 5 damage to an enemy, boosted by purple gems. If there is a storm, deal double damage. So it's another thing that's based on storm, which makes sense because almost everything in this kingdom is based on storm. So damage to an enemy, boosted by purple, at a 2-to-1. And if there's storm, deal double. So basically a full 1 if it's storm, which there normally would be. And if the enemy dies, creates 12 skulls. That's not horrible. It's almost like a different version of Zugoff. Another thing that's a different version of Zugoff, kind of. It's not insanely good, but it's another one of those mythics where you kind of have to get a kill for it to be worth it. If you don't get a kill with this thing, it's pointless if you cannot secure a kill. It has Death Touch, so it gets the Death Mark on Skull. It has Undying, which every undead has, which is immune to disease, Death Mark, and poison. And its unique trait is Dawn Slayer. It deals 10 damage to the first enemy when matching yellow gems. Interesting. Does it use yellow itself? It does not. It seems rather weird. I don't think it's going to be good. That's just too many conditions. It almost reminds me of Sister of Shadows, or not Sister of Shadows, Mother of Darkness, I mean. In that it creates a color that it doesn't need. And in this case, it has to take a color it doesn't need. Zillopactil? Zillopactil? How is a pock one syllable? Zillopactil. Is that it? Am I even remotely close? Zillopactil. That sounds somewhat close, kind of. Zillopactil. Sounds like a pterodactyl. Zillopactil. Okay. I'm just gonna accept not being able to pronounce that word. Oh wait, Zilpoctol, right? Okay, let's just go with Zilpoctol. That's as close as it's gonna get. Anyways, yeah, it seems rather bad. I don't think this is gonna be useful for much. Its ability wouldn't be that horrible if its traits were actually good, but its traits aren't good, and for that reason, it's not gonna be good. If it had like a 4x death mark on its final trait, I would say, oh, okay, then that's a thing. But that's not what it does. But yeah, it's not going to be worth it. It seems like dead content. Oh, also, it's for Strix. What was the Strix other mythic? Was it even good? I can't remember. What's Strix's other mythic? I don't think it was. Wasn't it Suna, actually? No. Wait, what is it? I actually completely forgot off the top of my head. I'll like, be like, oh, as soon as I see it. But, if I can get to it, gosh. Where'd it go? Where is the, Oh, what am I doing? It's called Suncrest. But, Strix is the typing. I'm not sure why I was looking for Strix. But, what was the mythic for here already? Obviously, it already has one. It is... What did I forget? Oh, Suna. Oh, Suna's from here? I keep forgetting Suna's from here. I mean, Phoenicia. I don't know why. I always mix Phoenicia and Suna, their names. But, yeah, Phoenicia is from here. It's not a bad mythic. It's just really situational when you use it. So yeah, Phoenicia is still better than the other mythic, unfortunately. However, if you don't have a Suncrest mythic, I guess you could still try securing the other one to get a mythic for here. But if you had to choose between Phoenicia and the new mythic, I would currently say that Phoenicia is probably better, unless the other troop's going to get buffed before its release. But as it currently stands, Phoenicia has more utility, and is actually meta in a few situations. Not a lot, but it does have its instances of meta-ness. Anyways, so that's that. So, let's go get a little bit more XP on this thing. Actually, we haven't even gained a single level on it. Yeah, their artwork is very similar. Which is the thing that throws me off normally. My brain sees them as the same troop for whatever reason. Even though Suna is almost never used, whereas Phoenicia actually does have some situational usage. Which is kind of weird, because Suna is more similar to Queen Titania, which is one of the better troops in the game. Yet Phoenicia is actually overall better. Mostly because it has a more of a unique ability. The problem with Suna is it's too similar to so many other troops. Whereas Phoenicia actually has some unique capabilities that other troops don't have. Particularly the highest full AoE in the entire game. And it's likely to stay that way because it's pretty high. Most troops wouldn't end up getting that high of an initial hit. Why is Phoenicia not used much? The biggest issue with Phoenicia is it's a really high mana cost just for a full AoE. Because if you break down what she actually does, at the end of the day, it's just a full AoE and nothing else. And this is a bit of a liability to many teams, given that it has no board control and all it is a really high impact AoE. However, that's also what makes her meta in most of the situations that she's actually used, is that it is the highest full AoE in the game. And that's situationally used. But in those situations, it tends to be very good. Particularly in areas where she can one-shot, where other things cannot one-shot all enemies' troops simultaneously. That's where she really shines the most. However, she's also used in two-shot situations. For example, doing Pet Rescue. She can two-shot the later battles of Pet Rescue, and obviously one-shot the earlier battles of Pet Rescue. But she's primarily used for instances where she will one-shot, but other stuff won't one-shot. For example, Rowain. Rowain stops one-shotting at a certain range, where Phoenicia still keeps one-shotting a little bit further than that. It's not that much further, but it's further enough that Phoenicia has a viable window where other things like Rowain and similar kill out entire enemy team in one-shot troops cannot, while Phoenicia still has enough damage to do it. Generally, if you can use a lower option, you want to. Like if Rowain can still one-shot, you would want to use Rowain rather than Phoenicia due to the mana difference. However, in instances where that's not capable, Phoenicia is really good. And that's like the main thing she's used for. You asked a question above. Sorry, what was that? Progression after the All Kingdoms power level 5. After you've gotten power level 5 on All Kingdoms, you probably want to focus either on one kingdom up to 10 if you have the Mythic. Like, for example, let's say you have the Mythic of, I don't know, let's just say a useless one like Guard's Avatar. If you have Guard's Avatar just randomly, that mythic, that is associated to White Helm. So you'd probably want to consider trying to get White Helm to level 10. You tend to want to start aiming for level 9s in just generally any kingdom that... Basically, you want to look at how many troops you have from each kingdom. See which ones you have the most from, and try aiming for level 9 or level 10. Well, there's basically 2 orders. First, check what mythics you own. See what kingdom they're from if you don't already have them memorized. And try getting those to level 10 first. Any single kingdom that you have a mythic for, you should consider getting to level 10. Even if it doesn't seem like you're getting a good stat out of it, like +1 armor, +1 HP or something. But you generally want to focus on those first, because those are like the most capable level 10s that you're going to get. After that, you want to focus it more so based on how many troops you have within the kingdom and getting them to level 9. Level 9 is pretty much when you max out tribute. It's not actually max, but a good majority of the value that you get from upgrading tribute can be accumulated by star level 9. You can still go a little bit further with it, but by doing post level as many as you can. And the order at which you want to do it in is simply based on how many troops you have in the kingdom. The more troops you have in the kingdom, the easier it is to max out the kingdom to the 9 star. So if you have something like 21 troops in the kingdom, it'll be a lot easier to get it to 9 star than it will be something that has only like 18 or something. So be mindful of that. But that's generally the order you want to do it in. Ideally, if you can, if you have like nearly everything, you want to focus on obviously magic kingdoms and stuff first to get those to level 10, and so on and so forth. However, in most situations, you are likely not going to have that many mythics by the time you have 5 all-star and going into 9s and 10s. So you tend to do it based on mythic order, then on number of troops that you have within the kingdom order, and then just finishing the rest out. And then you just accumulate mythics over time. You generally, most of your earlier mythics you don't necessarily do for kingdom upgrades per se though. Your first 10 mythics or so that you get from, particularly from Soulforge, like your first year worth of mythic from Soulforge at minimum, tends to go for mythics that you actually need, not necessarily mythics that you need for kingdom upgrades. But you do eventually need mythics for every upgrade. Every single kingdom requires one for 10 star, and anything above 10 star. Any other questions, anyone, that I might have missed? Let me know. Oh, there's a pronunciation of it. Let me see. How do you say this? Where is it? Where's the play button for it? I can't find it. There's so many things going on the screen. Why can I not find the play button thing on this page? Am I just that blind? I might just be that blind. I might be that blind. I'll find a pronunciation of it. Oh, did the stream cut off? Yeah, it's been coming in and out a lot. I'm not sure it's my connection issue. It's more so on YouTube's end. Click the big triangles. Let's see. I don't want it to be too loud on the other computer. I have it on the other computer, so you might not even hear it when I play it. I don't see a triangle next to it. I see it next to the other words. Oh, wait, I see. What? How on earth are you supposed to say that? Huizilopochi. Pochli. That I'm not gonna be able to say that. Huizilopochi. Huizilopochi. Something like that. Huizilopochi. Pochli. Huizilopochli. What is that word? That's about the closest I'm gonna get. I need to nickname him something. The hute part isn't getting me. It's the entire word. It's like Hotzilopochli or something. Something like that. Something along those lines. Yeah, Hoitzilopolchli is probably the closest I'll ever get. That's a weird word. What is that even from? It's obviously probably from some kind of mythology something. Aztec? What, Aztec mythology? Oh, it's an Aztec god. So what date was that coming, by the way? It's coming on the... Xylopolchli. Xylopolchli is probably the closest I'll get. Xylopolchli. Let's just go with Xylopolchli. That's about the closest it's gonna get. Xylopolchli. Anyways, what was I looking for? I was looking for not that. Where is the where's the date that's coming out on? May 1st. By May 1st, we need to know how to pronounce that word. Hey, Slayer level. Getting all the levels today. Nice. We still got a ways to go, obviously. 29 more to go. 70, for any of you that don't know, 70 is halfway to 100 in Gems of War when it comes to hero classes. That's how numbers work. But it's because of the amount of EXP that you need increasingly increases. You need 5,050 EXP to max a hero class. To get it to level 50, you need 2,525. Or sorry, to get to 70, you need 2,525. And to get to, excuse me, 30 levels higher at 100, you need 5,050 total, which is another 2,525. Yeah, any of them that are close, you generally want to focus on as well. Getting kingdoms to level 9 is highest priority. You want to focus more so on getting a kingdom to level 9 than you do on getting a lot of kingdoms to like 6 or 7. It is a lot more efficient to focus single kingdoms to 9 than it is to focus every single kingdom at once to like 6 or 7. Similar to how it's better to focus a kingdom to 5 than it is to focus like a lot of them up to like 2 or 3 or something. Xylopolchli? Xylopolchli. That's about as close as I'm getting. Xylopolchli. Hey, you want to drop us something, Gnome? You know you want to. Wait, what did he drop? Hold up. I was like looking at the screen. It's like, wait, I didn't even process his drop. What was the drop there? He dropped, nothing? Oops, go back to live. Why is my thing not at live? He dropped us, oops, I went back too far. Go, kill. What did he drop us? Oh, 30,000 gold. It didn't register because I thought it was just a gold drop for the battle. But gosh, yeah, he dropped 30,000 gold. Not bad. That's not his biggest gold drop. He can actually drop a 50,000. I think that might be his second highest, though. So we actually got a little lucky there. 30,000 gold's still not the greatest drop he has. Actually, technically 5 gems is even better drop. But, because 5 gems is a better gem value than 30,000 gold, I mean. But, that's still 30,000 gold. One of his better drops, I guess. Not the best, but still okay. We need the gold, so go right to guild. Helping out the guild with the golds. If nothing else. Up another one. You know you want to give us something good. Come on, 4 gem keys. the best drop I need from you that isn't Volky. Need it for the new Mythic coming out on May 1st. Hey, 5 gems! I was just saying how that was a better drop. I'll take it. Ask out Salty how to pronounce it on Monday. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I can get her back. I can get her back by seeing how she pronounces it. I need to remember to do that. However, they're going to be doing a preview stream, so maybe they might not get around to it. But I need to ask her how to pronounce the new Mythic that's coming next Friday. Or no, oh, then again, we might have to do it the following Monday. I'm not sure if I'd be able to get her attention this Monday, but she might also not remember what it is. Maybe we'll just wait till next Monday. Because if it gets mentioned on this stream, not only are they going to be focused on something else, going over 4.9, but she might not even remember what the word is. So she can't even butcher it properly. Because next Monday she'll be going over, or this Monday, you know, this week's Monday in a few days, she'll be going and going over 4.9. But that following Monday she'll be going over the Mythic. And that would be the time to ask her how on earth you pronounce it. Like right at the beginning of the stream. Also, we're likely to have next patch by then. It's a possibility we have it next week. However, it is very likely we'll have it within the next 2 weeks. So it might take 3 weeks. But within one of those two, it is very likely. Ask her on the Puzzle Quest stream. She already did her Puzzle Quest stream this week. Although, I guess, the Puzzle Quest stream for next week. But then not as many people get to see her mess up. The Puzzle Quest streams get like 1/3 the views. Or 1/4 the views. Like, they get the amount of viewership that our other thing normally gets, normally. Or almost that many. Or whenever we do Animal Crossing. It's substantially lower than whenever she does Gems of War stuff. And they only have a kingdom at, let's say, like level 5 or 6. Even a kingdom at level 5 or 6 could be potentially one of your easier kingdoms to upgrade if you simply look at how many troops you have from the kingdom. If you have a lot of troops in the kingdom, it is likely that you'd be able to get it up. I've been getting... Yeah, my Gems of War streams actually have been getting more views than Salty's Gems of War streams. That's not going to be true for the Monday, the next stream, because they're going to be doing 4.9. And since they're going over a new patch, that's obviously going to have way more views. But, yeah, we actually have been consistently getting more than Salty lately, which is actually rather surprising. But thank you, guys. I really appreciate the support. But, yeah, it's been very rare, because normally they have a lot more, because they have they have, like, a pretty big social media following. Or, you know, not pretty, you know, it's like 10,000 or so. I think over 10,000. Whereas I almost, like, don't post on social media at all. And stuff like that. And they normally have stuff that I can't even show, like, you know, showing content before it even exists. But anyway, I haven't actually been getting more views than her streams lately. I have noticed that, too. Won't be true on Monday, though. They'll probably hit, like, 200-something views on Monday. And probably have a big code at 200. YouTube has a video on how to pronounce it. Sure, I shouldn't get copyright striked from looking at it. Let's go watch a YouTube ad on, or a YouTube video on how to do it on stream. We shouldn't get copyright striked. I highly doubt we will. Watch YouTube still copyright strike me somehow. Let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for... How do you spell that word again? How do you spell this word? Let's go get copyright striked. I'm not even sure the copyright strike will even understand what this is. Let's see. How on earth do you pronounce this? Though to have a hootie before it, or whatever the thing is. Let's see. Pronunciation. Okay, how on earth do you pronounce this? Let's see. Here it is. How to say Hootsid Zilopachi. So we only need to worry about the Zilopachi part. Okay. Go. Say it. Go.
Whitzilopochtli.
Zillopochtli? Zillopochtli. Right?
Whitzilopochtli.
Zillopochtli. I think I'm somewhat okay. I'm not butchering it too hard, I don't think, anymore. Zillopochtli? Zillopochtli. Zillopochtli? Zillopochtli. I'm just going with Zillopochtli. That's like as close as I'm gonna get. Going with Zillopochtli, and I think people understand what I mean. Because even if I just say Zillow, I'm pretty sure most people will know. Because everyone will just type it in to find it based on its first letters. Yeah, Zillopochtli. Let's just go with that. Sounds good enough. People understand what I mean. Anyways, guys. Any other questions? Anything you want me to go over? Let me know. Let me know and we'll go over it all. Otherwise, we'll be going over the new hero class tomorrow morning. But that's pretty much the game plan. We'll be back tomorrow around noon. We will be starting around noon, which is in about 15 hours or so from now. I will have a video up before then going over the new hero class. We'll have a video up and going over that. Hopefully have it to level 70 by then and be able to go and show it off and see what it can do. No, we're not going to do 25% speed. But we'll go over to the new hero class tomorrow, see how that ends up panning out. And from there, we'll do the stream, mess with it even more, get the class event itself done, mess with the hero class, see what else he can do after that. And yeah, that's pretty much the game plan tomorrow. And then tomorrow we'll be back at our normal time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, at which point we'll probably be doing a little bit more of the class event if we haven't already finished it out by that point, and messing around with the hero class just in general. But yeah, it's the last hero class coming into the game, at least that we know of in the foreseeable future. So yeah, we'll definitely power level it for one last hurrah for a hero class, since it's technically the last ever, this is probably the last ever weekend-long hero class event, so do be mindful of that. Not like that really matters too much, but it's one of the worst events that are currently in the game. They'll still be on Thursdays, obviously, into the future. Also, this was the last Thursday today where we wouldn't have had any event, because now if there's no more class events, they'll always be on Thursday rather than the occasional Friday weekend ones. But yeah, that's pretty much the game plan, and I'll see you guys soon for that. But guys, stay safe from the virus. I will catch you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching and the continued support. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a bunch of fun with the new hero class, even though it's probably going to be rather underwhelming. Even though I am going to be power leveling it, I do actually advise not power leveling this new hero class. It's not the greatest. We'll be going over and kind of seeing what it can do. But from what I can tell, it is not going to be worth upgrading this thing. Obviously, you still want to for, like, you know, Kingdom Stars and stuff like that. But overall, it's it seems rather underwhelming. But we'll see after tomorrow what we feel about it, and after this weekend. But after tomorrow, we should probably have a judgment on how it actually is. I feel like it's slightly below average, but it's Deathmark, so you never know. We know how annoying Deathmark can be on Life and Death. It's situationally good, and hopefully the new hero class is one of those situations where it is. We'll just have to wait and see. Though, to a degree, we almost kind of want it not to be meta, because could you imagine how annoying that would be? Though it doesn't have stealth or anything, so at least it could be hard counterable pretty easy. You can even just stun it and get rid of almost every Deathmark it has, so it's really bad against stun. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys soon. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll be back with a bunch of hero class coverage tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.